Hey everybody, this is Rich and this is Beekeeping with Rich. I was making some moth traps this morning and realized I should probably do a video on it. So kind of ad hoc, but here we go. The original moth trap recipe did not work real well for me, and I really don't understand why, but the standard a cup of water, a cup of sugar to make a simple syrup, cup of apple cider vinegar, and chop up a banana peel in it, let it ferment, and that'll attract the moths. For some strange reason, given that everything ferments here in South Florida, if you leave it out, it all just dried up, but it really didn't ferment and it really didn't attract any moths. And I kind of scratched my head over that, didn't really understand it. But then I started doing home fermentation for cabbage and such, and the lactobacillus fermentation that goes on in this, I thought to myself, well, you know what? I've got an awful lot of extra liquid here. Why don't I do this and pour some of that in? And that was kind of the bingo moment. Adding a little bit of the liquid that the lactobacteria had been fermenting in with the cabbage made it work. And by extrapolation, if you just chop up some cabbage and add it to this recipe, it would probably work on its own without having to go to this elaboration, because apparently cabbage is really good about having the right bacteria on it to do the lactofermentation. So here's our yummy mess of bait for our hive. Here's our trap. Now you notice the hole here. I'm going to show you. I've watched all these guys online take a hole drill and try to drill this and take an X-Acto knife and kind of cut it. Well, I'll show you the way I do it. If you happen to have either a soldering iron or a crafting iron, I'd already cut these holes, so I had to grab something else. But all I do at this point is press in, and it's a slow motion sort of thing, but it gives you a reinforced edge and not a sharp edge. I don't know if you can see me over here. But that's how I make my holes. I just melt them in with a soldering iron. You can get these for a couple of bucks at Harbor Freight or any place else. Anywho, here's our lovely mixture. Yum yum. And I've also noticed such things as strawberry leaves. The top cuts of your strawberries. Notice the strawberry in there. Well, this is, as I said, chopped up banana peel, apple cider vinegar, sugar, and water. 1 cup sugar, 1 cup apple cider vinegar, 1 cup water. There's your bait. You have your lid here. Here's your hole in the side. You tie your string on, and you make sure your knot is opposite the side the hole's in. That makes for a slight tilt in that direction, and that's just enough so that rain coming down doesn't really go in as much, although I don't see why a little bit of rain would be an issue. But that's it. You hang these traps around your hives, and hopefully any wax moths that are in the area smell this delicious concoction here and come into it and drown themselves when they land in it. So it doesn't matter what kind of jar you use. For this one, I'll probably drill a hole over here in the side and tie it in it rather than, well, I'll probably just do that, but doesn't matter what kind of jar you use. You can use a peanut butter jar. And like I say, I get a lot better response using some lactobacter from home fermentation, and that, for a fancy term, it just means chop up some cabbage leaves in it too, and it'll improve everything. Put a little bit more in there. Now all you got to do is go out and find someplace near your bees to hang these up. Reserve a little bit of it for the start of your next batch. And that's it. This is Beekeeping with Rich, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.